And this is from Johnny, asking for the new Samson song, Tipping Point. Now, I've listened to a whole bunch of Samson stuff. It's always pretty good. The guy's got the bars. He knows his politics. And usually it's a factory of good information for us to kind of break down step by step. So yes, thank you, Johnny. You're in chat live. I love that, over on Rumble. But we're gonna crack this open, see what Samson has for us today. Let's go.
Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk, and bless his family. I know the devil's hard at work. I can't even fathom all the grief and pain that y'all have went through. My thoughts are nearly impossible to explain, but I'll attempt to.
Okay, so I didn't know exactly when this dropped, so I didn't know that this was related to the Charlie Kirk assassination, although Tipping Point and Turning Point, not that surprising that it's connected. Samson's gonna have a lot to say about this. I know that much.
That y'all have went through. My thoughts are nearly impossible to explain, but I'll attempt to. I've already written like 5 intros, so many wasted paragraphs and revised pen strokes. There's just so many things I want to say, and I don't want to say I'm wrong. I don't know how many times I almost threw away this song, but I feel an obligation. I have a...
Yeah, we are. I'm not saying it's too late. It's never too late to really have a conversation here, but yeah, he is definitely on the backside of releasing this. When did it? I had to actually look at when it dropped so that I don't. 2 days ago. Yeah. So he's on the backside of dropping one of these. So it's not that surprising that he's leading with the fact that it was hard to write. This was difficult for him to process and choose exactly what he wanted to be in the song, as opposed to like Tom McDonald's song, which dropped like 13 hours after he was shot or something outrageous.
A platform and people want my observation. This one is complicated. I go back and forth on it. The facts are distorted so much I'm half and half. I'm torn on it, trying to grasp the scope of this, and so I'm asking if there's more to it. Reading way too much and end up actually just warping it. Too many voices echoing, reporting everything. How you supposed to comb through all these different passages and sort it? There's so much information out there, it can make you feel like you don't know what's fake or real. Way too many Facebook reels. Shit is...
Okay, this is actually really good because none of this was really covered in the early videos. So the early videos was all about the left both reacted against Charlie in the Charlie's assassination in the most grotesque way, and it is very well assumed that the left, and by that I mean, you know, like the crazy psycho Marxist transgender furry community of radical, you know, Antifa people, they kind of did it, right? That was what the original thought was and what a lot of the evidence was. But he's saying like, hey, there's a lot of stuff out there and might not be completely black and white. So I'm very interested to see where this goes. I'm way more conspiracy minded than a lot of those people. So I don't just assume we got and everything's good, because look at the JFK assassination that many years later, and it's like, oh, may have been other shooters, different angles, lots of other stuff, struck, blacked out, intelligence agencies, all that. Yeah, so probably not everything was told to us the first day that it happened, and a lot of people aren't going to take that well.
Reporting everything. How you supposed to comb through all these different passages and sort it? There's so much information out there, it can make you feel like you don't know what's fake or real. Way too many Facebook reels. Shit, it's almost like it's done on purpose just to make us chase our tails. I wish someone would wake me up and offer me those matrix pills so I could see through all the tints in the facade, but I can't, so I feel like I should give this up to God, cause it's a lot and I could use some guidance, cause I'm struggling. I got 2 different sides that are inside of me just tugging. My heart tells me fuck these nasty individuals, so despicable, fucking trash, I bet they're miserable. Couldn't last in a debate, so they had to get physical. Got smashed verbally, so they resorted back to trigger pulls. All he did was talk, he debated, that was all. Never held a position in office or made any laws. He created an organization to display his faith. He sat right in front of your face and had conversations with y'all. Yeah,
Charlie was absolutely the nicest person on like this side. He killed the nice guy. Like, they really did. There's so many people. I mean, the first half of my THOUGHTCAST today, I wasn't nice to very many people at all. I was mean to the Pope. I was mean to the Mexican president. I was mean to Bad Bunny, exceptionally mean. So I was mean to a lot of people. And someone like Charlie, they were like really nice. And then you shoot the nice guy. Why would you do that?
To display his faith, he sat right in front of your face and had conversations with y'all.
Also, just, it's not just that they killed him. It was that, why would you celebrate that he died? Like, the celebrating is where I don't care how much we take out on the left over this, because mainstream leftists just celebrated this guy dying, didn't care about his kids, his young wife, that whole like, oh, your family, screw them too. Like, that was literally what a lot of people felt. And it wasn't some fringe minority of people. It's like the mainstream thought process of the left right now is you, the husband, father, who is a political activist on the conservative side. Yes, we are thrilled that you're dead. That's pretty messed up by everyone's measure. And so there's no faking that. Like, it doesn't matter who actually pulled the trigger or if there's some grand conspiracy or any of that. What is 100% known is the left's reaction to Charlie dying. It's totally despicable, and we could judge them as harshly as possible for it. All right, we'll move on.
An organization to display his faith. He sat right in front of your face and had conversations with y'all. He spoke. You never suspended your rights, never signed a single fucking bill that affected your life. What exactly did he do that directly impacted you? Instead of saying a couple of sentences that you disliked, y'all took a couple quotes out of their context and flipped it, cut out the important parts and conveniently left them missing. And even then it still didn't sound that aggressive. Shit, if you thought that was radical, then we got different definitions. And you go and compare him to George Floyd, cause he was a father too. Fucking oh boy, what a wild thing to say. I don't gotta even explain, it's two way different things. This shit is not even the same.
That's seriously just like the meme I was telling you about. Or like, oh, they're the same. George Floyd and Charlie Kirk are both, you know, angels taken too early on both sides of the political spectrum. Bro. We had like a Christian revival after Charlie was murdered in cold blood and the left celebrated. And then the left burned down the country to the tune of over $1 billion with a B after George Floyd OD'd while demanding to come out of the car he was already sitting in and lay on the ground because he couldn't breathe because of the drugs. Like, the fact that anyone compares that at all, the fact that there's like 2,000 statues of George Floyd around the world when he was a degenerate loser criminal that OD'd. That Chauvin guy goes to prison for what, like 20 years, 23 years, and then some guy who viciously murdered a child, stabbing him in the head, gets let out. He gets let out after 10 years for good behavior. But Chauvin, who textbook put his knee on the guy's neck / shoulder / back, which would never kill anyone in a million years, that action. It wouldn't. And then you burn down the whole country over it. These people are crazy and stupid. Very stupid.
Boy, what a wild thing to say. I don't gotta even explain. It's two way different things. This shit is not even the same. You can't trust someone that you don't personally know, so I can never say for sure that Charlie Kirk would be my bro. But if I were to go off of reputation alone, I would never fucking let George Floyd into my home. And it's got nothing to do with his race or his skin complexion. Nah, it's more to do with his lengthy criminal record. Yeah, it's more because the drug possessions and the robberies and home invasions, I would trust him less around my property. We shouldn't make a mockery of him. I acknowledge that. Just because he was a criminal, we shouldn't pile on that.
So I'm not as nice as Samson. I have no problem with the anniversaries of sobriety for George Floyd memes and stuff like that. The guy's an absolute despicable POS. And yeah, the fact that he was championed so hard by the other side when he was as bad as he was, I'm not going to let them hold that narrative that he was some angel that was taken too early by an evil white man. That's not who he was or what happened. So I guess I have to be mean. And that's why I stream on Rumble. Because I'm too mean for the other places.
Say I'm glad that he's dead or claim he deserved it, but don't act like for 1 second that this was the same person. Just check out the reactions to their deaths, quite the opposite. Look what y'all did and look at our response to it. Instead of riots in the streets, we prayed quietly in peace. We never let our emotions go, we tied them to a leash. We never flipped and flew off the handle and got shitty and left the town crawling with vandals and cops spitting. Shit was gritty, what we saw on the channels was not pretty. The only thing we burned was candles, not cities. So get the fuck out of my face with all these comparisons. Y'all are embarrassing. We can't even call you Americans. You follow a narrative, such a typical situation. The minute something changes, these liberals switch their places. There's something wrong with you if you celebrated his death. You say the right is full of spite, but there's hella hate on the left. It's weird, it's almost like this shit melted away your stress. I never saw somebody die and then felt elated or blessed, but it makes
Yeah, the fact that they celebrated like it was some team victory for Charlie Kirk to have that happen to him. Like, we saw it. I think everyone saw it. I try not to show the actual bad video too much for you guys, but a lot of people saw that, and you're changed kind of forever when you see something like that. And they're just like, oh, this is great. We're so glad. Yay. And if you see that, there's something wrong with you. Like, it doesn't even matter if it's a bad person. Like, if it has to be done, it gets done, and then you're like, all right, it's been done. But, like, to celebrate a good person in that way, the way it happened, and you're cheering, you're giddy, you got something wrong with you. Like, super wrong with you.
like this shit melted away your stress. I never saw somebody die and then felt elated or blessed, but it makes
Lock and Load Sherry said they should put up an accurate statue of Floyd with him holding a gun to a pregnant lady's belly. You know what? I don't think that actually happened. I think that was something they tried to own the right with. They like spread that as a rumor. I'm pretty sure he broke in, he dressed as like a cable guy, and then broke in to a woman's house, pretending to be a maintenance worker or something like that, and then held a gun to her and her toddler's head, which is so much better. St. George, as they called him.
melted away your stress. I never saw somebody die and then felt elated or blessed, but it makes sense. Your party's been stirring this shit. There's countless videos of politicians encouraging this. See, they rile up their base until they pile up their hatred. And now look, all of a sudden gun violence is their favorite. The minute Jimmy Kimmel got pulled from the air at night, the First Amendment became the left's most sacred, cherished right. Now no one should be punished for their words. It's so important. You're right. Imagine being murdered for it. You know, I feel like my music has been pretty.
Dude, yeah, no one should be punished for what they say. And then you cheer when he gets shot, having a debate, using words. And Jimmy Kimmel was pulled because Jimmy Kimmel sucks. And he costs the network a shitload of money. And he gets paid 70 cents a viewer. That's how bad his ratings are. That's how bad and small of an audience he has. They are getting annihilated having him on because nobody watches the show. And they're like, oh, because of MAGA and Trump demanding censorship. No. He lied about everybody. He broke FCC laws, which they will have to deal with. He's not making them any money because he sucks. So yeah, he got pulled because he was bad, and then the left-wing mob basically got him a second chance and got him replatformed. But no one's watching him anymore still, so we'll see how that goes over time. Yeah, he's an unfunny tool. He did blackface. He had the Man Show with a bunch of degrading garbage humor. Like, he's just not good. And he's a globalist, elitist shill for the DNC and all those guys. Yeah, he got his ratings spiked because people wanted to come back and cheer, yay, we got him back. But then they watched him and they're like, well, okay, he's back, but now he can do his own thing. I'm not watching it. Yeah. It's terrible. They should fine the crap out of him because he lied on air about a crime, which is not okay with the FCC regulations. so that he could paint MAGA as the ones responsible for having Charlie murdered. Not cool, dude.
And being murdered for it. You know, I feel like my music has been pretty moderate. I never lean too hard in one direction or the opposite. Yeah, it's obvious that I'm conservative, but watch my shit. I think I do a pretty good job at keeping my common sense. But lately I've been giving less of a fuck. I got a headache, I'm so fed up with the left and their stunts. From the messages they pump, a bunch of pedos peddling junk. I used to separate you, now I just think everyone sucks. I'll never be.
He's right, though. A lot of people are throwing the left into a monolith because the moderates do not check. The moderates do not check the problem people in the group. Now, that's the one thing you have to give credit to the right for, which honestly, they do it too much, so I give them shit for it. But the right wing checks each other so much and so hard and so often that there ends up being like no unified right wing. Whereas the left, they will rally together and let the problem people get away with anything. And a lot of tribal groups do that. Black America, they let the bad people in their community get away with anything, and they even champion it as the culture a lot of times, which really is unfortunate in that circle. So you got that. The feminists, they let the feminists go crazy, and they allowed it without checking their people because they don't want to be ostracized by the feminists. And this happens with the Muslims. It happens with the Jews. It happens with the Indians. It happens with just about anybody in a tribal situation. The people who are the problem within the group get unchecked by the moderates or otherwise in the group. And then people start to beef with the entire group as a whole. It's not unique. It happens all across the tribal groups. But yes, the left has become so tribal and has such a bad group that is unchecked by the moderates of its side that people have had enough, and they're just kind of saying, fuck all of you on the left, and you all deserve it because the moderates are basically just weak and stupid or so ignorant and then not wanting to butt up against the radicals on that side. And yeah, the right wing, the conservative side, they have no problem throwing fisticuffs at each other on the right when they disagree on something or they think something is abhorrent or brutal. That they'll go at each other. And they're like, hey, this isn't conservatism. Hey, this isn't, libertarian enough, or this isn't whatever. And they go after each other. The different definitions of America first and what it is to be MAGA and all that. There's a lot of people fighting on the right side constantly. So I would never say that the Republican right wing doesn't check their own people. They totally do. Too much. I think too much. It's a struggle. Johnny says, I'm waiting on the Democratic Party to be named the domestic terror organization. Dude, it's looking pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. They keep acting. I think they want Trump to do it. I think they keep acting this way because they want it to happen so that they could use that for political points going into like the midterms. But they're acting so radical that, they are domestic terror organization at this point.
A bunch of pedos peddling junk. I used to separate you, now I just think everyone sucks. I'll never be friends with you, ugh. Nah, fuck it, dog, I'm serious. How the fuck can you relate to somebody who cheers for this? Y'all are weird for this. I'm done salvaging relationships. I ain't picking up broken pieces off the ground and saving it. If you can't say that this is bad and just agree it's heinous, then I don't give a fuck if you unfollow me or hate this. It sucks. This shit has done massive amounts of damage, and it's probably exactly how they planned it.
That was a good beat. Yeah, I know. The last sentence, that's probably how they planned it. They wanted this. They totally wanted this. Samson, you are a monster. I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. Freaking, do more, guest appearances. Do more interviews. Go around and talk to people. The guy's so smart. Should have him on ThoughtCast or Deep Thoughts. I don't know if he'd care to have the time of day with me, but I'd love to pick his brain. So I'll reach out to Samson. I don't even know if he's on X, if he shares stuff. He just like randomly pops up with a video banger like that and then disappears into the shadows and then comes back and drops another banger and then disappears. So it's just his style, but hopefully, I hope you blow up, man. I mean, he's got 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's not small. The guy's got plenty of people waiting for him all the time. Drop stuff. So, all right. Very cool. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all that cool stuff. And we'll be back for the next one.